Good morning. This is Barbara A. Prokopich. I am talking to you as a conservative on the northeast side of Washington State, and I'm coming up with Series 13. It is now the 26th of January, 2013, and we certainly have some bad problems that we have to avoid and to get around. So I hope this song is appropriate, because I feel it is. I thank all the protesters at the abortion march on Friday that were in Washington State. It was breathtaking, and I am so thankful that so many people can realize that life is so important and so precious. This scheme will be on over-exercising of his executive powers. Yes, our little playboy, Mr. Obama, who thinks that he can run this country like a little party where you go out and every day's a party. I'm sorry, but there is a lot of things that he's leaving out, and there's a lot of things that he's cranking up behind our backs, and you better be aware of it. There are about 3 nominees that he's already appointed behind our backs that are going to be running things in his establishment or in his staff. I think America put him into office, so America can also fire him from that office if he's not careful. It's called impeachment. And I'm not beyond pressing those schemes, because this man has not given us a good sign, only a dividing sign that says, well, the Democrats are here, the Republicans are over there, and we'll beat them any way we can. That is not the way America was run. It's a republic for which it stands, one nation under God, for indivisible and liberty for all people, all races, all the time. So for him to say his side is better than ours, that is no proof in the pudding that he can do the job right. I also found out that he is going to appoint several unions in the United States to give them internal rights, and that is to go out, and those that are union members, they will have their paychecks smaller, because when they get their paychecks starting in February, the union will decide how much money should be deleted from their paycheck without their knowledge. Now, isn't that a howdy-do? And about 4,800,000 new jobs are going to be lost. You can't keep losing jobs and losing revenue and try to keep a country going, and turn around and tell all the other countries and your enemies, I have all these things for sale. Yes, he's putting America up for sale in every way, shape, and form. And if you don't believe it, start opening your eyes. Start watching and look around you. I know that it's an insult for the hard workers to continue to work and to have this decrepit scorpion call himself Barack Obama and wants to help us get things going. Which direction? His direction. It has to be for the people, of the people, by the people. That's the way he was employed in his new so-called job for 2013. I think he should realize that before he presses on. If he does not like the way things are, then he had better bring his knowledgeable bumps forward and show us just where he plans to go with this. Because what I'm seeing is a communist Marxist regime and nothing more. And America can do better, much better, much, much better. And if we have to take Biden and his rattling chains and push him aside, so be it. Oh yes, we have a gun debate. But I'm asking you, never, never give up your basic rights to the Second Amendment. That is your guns. Never give them up, no matter what happens in this country. I've talked to several people in the South, and I have seen millions and millions of people spill their blood over this country just to keep what they have. Why should they give it up to this tyrant now? Why should they dare even think of giving away what they have worked so hard for? Their grandmothers, their grandfathers, their daughters, and their sons. And now they want to put our women in combat. I think that's a great thing. Some of us women have a heart, and we know how to use it, and we know what it means to be free, to be really free. You look at the Islamic people in Egypt and other countries. The women are not free. They're beaten all the time so that they have no rights to ideas, voting systems, anything. They're just the pimple in somebody's eye, and they're to keep their faces covered. I'm sorry, but this is America. It's a country for which it stands, one nation under God. I'm asking everybody to say the rosary each and every day and ask Mother Mary to guide us along, because I'll tell you what, things are going to get worse, much worse. And I just appreciate everything that our protesters did at the Life March. I think that was fantastic. And projecting all the different things that are involved, because our life is important, and it starts from before we actually pop out that baby, and that person is alive and well inside of us. And for them to decide that that life is only good for the petri dish, no, that can't happen. And people have better stand up for what they believe in, because time is of the essence. Thank you, Hillary, for your involvement in the talks you gave the other day. I don't agree with you on a lot of your stuff, and especially the UN. But I thank you for at least voicing your opinion, but you need thicker glasses. And as far as genocide is concerned, and it's part of the UN, do you know that abortion and genocide are one and the same? They're equivalent. They're the same thing. I applaud Mr. Gates, also a millionaire who has went to Africa and has actually taken up the burden of the young children and those that are poor, and has been helping them to achieve good health, good success, and even some jobs. I think that is fantastic. But you know, he's living on for as long as he can to help those people. But what about the millionaires that are over here in the United States? Couldn't they put in a little extra too? And our U.S. debt at $16 trillion? Why does it have to be so high? Our millionaires have much money. Why don't they get together, make a fund, and pay it off? Why does America have to be put under fit and fiddle and under an obligation by a tyrant? And I'm not speaking about anyone except the one that calls himself Commander-in-Chief. He had better realize that America is proud, and they will not take anything lying down in a petri dish or anywhere else. We are for freedom, for America, for the love and liberty of all those that have died for us. And God bless, I ask everybody in your life to ask you to bless those that are around you and thank those that help you each and every day. And if your life doesn't mean anything, make it mean something. Count each day as something important to help yourself, to help someone else. And if you have more than your share, then get lenient. Give out some of it. Because the crowding of all these millions that people say they have, why do they stuff it in their back pocket, their freezer, or go to the Congress and say, well, the wealthiest people on earth are in Congress? Well, why don't they get their filing slips, their pay slips, and get some new people in there? I know there's many Republicans that are busting their butt to keep their job, but also to prove to the nation we can do better. And if the Democrats don't want to stay in there but want to go their own route, go to Russia and start your own government over there and see where it gets you. America is a freedom and a republic for which it stands, one nation under God. God loves us all, and He wants us to be successful, but not under tyrants or under people that think we have to dance their tune. As far as the gun control debate, I can debate it only one way. America, never disband. Never disband to a tyrant. Yes, there are obligations and rules that can be followed to make up the shortcomings of those that medically are sick. But just remember, some of those medically sick are right there in Washington, D.C., at the White House. Our governors are letting a lot of these medical institutions let their medical people out, those that are sick, because they don't have money to keep their institutions running. Well, I'll tell you what, if Mr. Obama, you don't know how to run the government, put somebody else in your place. And I think as a proud person, even though you've been elected, you have others involved. Biden is not a leader, and you've been showing us that you're not much of a leader either. But there are others there that will be taking your place very, very soon. Do yourself a favor. Make America proud of you as well. Don't be a tyrant. At least you can do is work on our side, not against the people all the time like you have been. You got a proud and great family. Don't waste all you've done for them. Let them realize they have something to be proud of. America is a country of the beautiful, the free, the home of the brave. We love God, our God above, not the gods in Washington or the idols that you worship. I ask you very firmly, look about you and try to do the best you can. But, ask other people what's going on. Don't belittle those that actually have voted you into office. But maybe you cheated to begin with. Do you think that's possible? I would like to know some of the answers to our ballot boxes and how Ohio, their electoral colleges, have been rumbling ever since the elections, and how all the rules were changed at the last minute. Yeah, a lot of things were done unequivocally, and a lot of the bookkeeping was in shams when a lot of candidates went back to find out where they stood. They didn't have answers. So who bought out who? That's where it really comes to. So as an American, I ask Mr. Obama to quit over-exercising his powers. That's abuse. And you know what you do to abusive people. And that even means at the top, at the White House, to begin with. And if you want to rattle your chains, Mr. Biden, rattle it all you want, because America is free and strong. And we will work as a unit to defeat those that want to divide America and shove us over the bridge. We're not going out with a song or a dance. And it'll be a day in hell. And yes, hell's freezing over in New York City once again. That we, as a Republican country, are going to be free, always, with or without you. I am Barbara A. Prokopich, at 24/7, 7 days a week, watching out for you. I love you, and I ask you to be watchful of all the laws and regulations that are being thrown your way, because some of them aren't always for your good. I thank you.